like it when she walk, but I love it when she stepping in them heels.
She wearing heels, girl, you know I like them heels. When she's walking in them heels, sex appeal, so revealing, so hypnotic, so exotic. She's as sexy as she feels when she's walking in them heels. She's walking in them heels.
It's like, what's your name? Better than ass like that to blow the picture out the frame. Mommy stay reppin' whenever she step in. Shorty stay fly even during the recession. Long as the hilltop match the dress. I don't care if it's top shelf or for good to pay less. Shape of a bottle with the walk of a model. Damn, she so mean when she puffin' on that green. Maybe it's the jeans, or maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's me, or maybe it's you, or maybe it's the Jimmy Choo. Lil' mama stay bossin', whatever it take. From New York to Texas on up to Salt Lake. Even at the market, it's like the red carpet. Everywhere she goes, like a fashion show. See, I'm a go-getter, and she a go-getter. Got ice as cold as winter day, you leave your chick with us. Come on.
Heels, girl, you know I like them heels. When she's walking in them heels, sex appeal, so revealing, so hypnotic, so exotic. She's as sexy as she feels when she's walking in them heels. She's walking in them heels.
I like your confidence, sexiness, all of that is evident. Stepping real smooth like you stepping for the president. Heel hit the ground, body started settling. Ass started shaking, I almost gave you some medicine. Body looking delicate, smooth, elegant. Perched in them heels, relaxing like a pelican, yeah. Girl, you know I like to win. Body looking like a S, watch it as it bends. Go ahead and snake, move like a python. Body too sexy, girl, leave them lights on. Women are from Venus, men are from Mars. You know I got the right one, baby. Ray Charles. She rockin' Christian Louboutins, all those pouting. Hard as a mountain, body arched, squirting like a fountain. Once, even twice, but tell me who's counting heels.
It's on me still. See, I be climbing up them hills like Jack and Jill, but I ain't shooting for no water. Nah, it's more like a son or a daughter. I ain't got a spoiler. Look, mama pay her own bills, homie, you bet that. I just get behind her and tell her to back. Bend her over slightly and give it a tap. He'll sending me Morse codes, telling me to tap that. Twisted in the head, got me twisted like a dread. Take them heads over heels and put them heels over head. Yeah, you heard what I said. Shorty bout bread, and if you think the cat's bad, just look at that ass. In the East Coast, they be like on the real son. In the South, they be like, shorty got a fat one. In the Midwest, little mama go fed. In the West, she be jerking all over the bed. Come on.
She wearing heels, girl, you know I like them heels. When she's walking in them heels, sex appeal, so revealing, so hypnotic, so exotic. She's as sexy as she feels when she's walking in them heels. She's walking in them heels.
I like it when she walk, but I love it when she stepping in them heels. I like it when she walk, but I love it when she stepping in them heels. I like it when she walk, but I love it when she stepping in them heels. I like it when she walk, but I love it when she stepping in them heels.
Welcome to another great show. We are here once again, live and effect. Thank you. I far too kind. My name is Marcus, aka E. I don't care what you call me, just call me baby. We are here with another great panelist. Of course, we're gonna bring nothing but the best. Let me go ahead and get this set up real quick. Yeah, we coming through with the with some great people. So I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into it. He is well known on the show. He was here on the first show, and he has brought that heat and that fire nonstop. Can y'all please give it up for my big homie, Steve? How you doing today, Steve? All right. Next, another hard hitter that we had here before, who has blessed me again with his appearance, man, and I want to give a big thanks to him as well. Let me give it up for my brother Trap, man. What up, Trap? How is it going, man? Give it up. All right. It looks like my stream deck is going a little slow. All right. He's in the car. I'm sure he's in the passenger seat because we don't do illegal activity around here. Third, yeah, we can't hear you. Third, we're gonna bring up a newcomer in the game. I appreciate her for coming on. Please give it up for the one and the only Vanessa. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. All right. And that is the panel. How is everybody doing today? What's going on, Steve, man? Back again. How does it feel to be back, man?
Hey, I'm cooling, man. I'm cooling. How about yourself, man?
Hey, man, I'm blessed to be here. I cannot complain. You feel me? Trap, how you doing today?
Doing good. On the move, my brother. On the move.
Oh,
You see,
man,
I'm
you don't never stop, man. You don't never stop.
Never
And
stop, never
Vanessa, how you doing, girl? The girl that just never stop grinning. What's going on? Hercules.
I'm doing good. I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, I'm happy to have you here. I am happy to have you here because I remember you were helping me pick out the names and everything and into the process of this whole thing. So I definitely do appreciate you being here. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna kick it off a little different than what we did last time. I kind of went out of order a little bit. It was my first go, so I kind of want to come through and hit you guys with a few icebreaker questions. Do y'all mind if we do that? All right, cool. So let me see. So what do we got up here? Would you rather have a dinosaur or as a pet or a tiger? A dinosaur, the two dangerous animals. Steve, man, help me out. Do I pick the dinosaur or do I pick the tiger?
Man, I want the tiger, man. I'm on that Mike Tyson stuff, bro.
Man. Speaking of Mike Tyson, you seen they have like a documentary or something coming out on Hulu.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, man. I thought what was his name? Jamie Foxx, man. I thought he would be a good cat to play Tyson, man. I thought he would be a good cat to play. But all right, Trap, man. Dinosaur or tiger, man? Which one you rolling with?
Tiger, because I feel like it might be more tameable, and if not, it'll do less damage.
Okay.
I mean, I'm saying the tiger do less than dinosaur, you know that. But
okay.
Yeah, and like you said, I'm on that Mike Tyson type time. Like, yeah, sure.
I hear that. Now let's see if Vanessa can straighten this thing out, man. We got two tigers right now. Tiger or dinosaur as a pet if you had to choose?
I'm gonna go with the dinosaur because I'm allergic to cats.
That's what I'm talking about.
And dinosaurs we already know what to expect from a tiger.
Yeah.
I want to see what them dinosaurs do. You know what I'm saying? Walking down the street with a dinosaur, I'll be so cool.
You have your little tiger on a leash and everything with
my dinosaur gonna be strutting down the street.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, I bet a lion cannot or a tiger can't fight against that. So yeah, I mean, but and you know what? They don't specify what kind of dinosaur either. So I mean, you can have your little, you know, you can have one of them little dragon bearded things that they got here now. So I mean, you know, but I digress. Let's go on to the next question. So, what would you do first if you were invisible for a day? I'm gonna go with you, Vanessa.
It's illegal.
Come on now. Yeah. Oh yeah, I threw a curveball at you.
I would. If I was invisible, I'll just play jokes on people.
Play jokes on people?
Tiana first.
So yeah. What's the first thing you doing though? What's the first prank you doing?
Slapping her in the head.
I have a feeling she's gonna know that's you, whether you're invisible or not.
Period.
Okay. Let me know, Trap, man. This one's for you, man. What would you do if you're invisible for a day? I can't tell if you high or you just frozen. I'm gonna say you frozen. Okay. A duck, and just stopped and stared at it. Steve, we're gonna move on to you, man. We having a little bit of technical difficulties right now. We're gonna keep it moving. Steve, man, what would you do first if you were invisible for a day? What's the first thing you do?
I go into the the closest national bank. And I just make sure their records are up to date.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Okay.
We on the same page.
We're on the
Steve, but
same
y'all don't know how to
page.
say it like that.
We slapping heads and taking chicks at the same time. So okay. All right, so let's move on to the next one, man. If you could only eat one dish for the rest of your life, what would that dish be? And I'm going to you, Steve.
Man, I gotta go with a lobster boil, bro. Yeah, I just had a flashback. Yeah, lobster boil, bro.
I hear that. We got Dee talking about she is robbing Best Buy. That's what I'm talking about. Get them electronics and hit them for the resale. Not that I know anything about such activities. If you were to eat one dish for the rest of your life, what would it be? I'm going to shoot with you, Trap. One dish for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Chicken.
Chicken?
Yes, and I say chicken because I can make all kinds of meals. Just give me a chicken, and I go to work. I can make chicken and rice one day. You know what I'm saying? I might make some chicken wings the next day. You know what I'm saying? But if it's only one specific meal, then chicken wings.
Okay. Yeah, that was the question, the dish. It was not a meat source. It was a dish, okay? It wasn't what protein you would like. No, it wasn't the protein. It was what dish. Thank you for playing the game. We're gonna go on and go to you, Vanessa. One dish for the rest of your life. What is that dish?
I would have to say, well, it ain't a dish, but I would eat lobster rolls every day. Because the first time I had one was when I went to Dallas, and I've been thinking about that lobster roll ever since.
Man, that made a
It was
mark on
so
you, didn't it?
good. Ooh, they always make them look so good on social media or commercials and stuff like that. But ooh, they too good.
That sounds good to me. I had to agree with you. Shoot, that's what we eating. Let's. I had a ring in my ear, and I have no idea what that was. All right, we're gonna keep it pushing. Oh wait, I think that might have been a subscribe, man. I appreciate that. I don't think it popped up though, but I appreciate the subscribe. Let's go ahead and move on to the next question. Oh, I think I might. I got two of them up at once. Partenai. What's the next one? Okay. And I believe the next question is. Okay, we already hit that one. All right. So, what would you do first? We already did that one as well. We're not going to go with that one. We're going to keep it moving to the next one. We are on a roll right now. What activity helps you relax or to relieve stress? We're going to go with you, Steve, on that one.
Man, cutting the grass, lawn work. You know what I'm saying? Just it's exercise in itself. So.
Oh man, and then when you see it at the end as well, I would definitely have to agree that when you see the end product, you know what I'm saying? We got OTS in the building. What up, man? Lobster rolls as well. Okay, all right. Look like we got some seafood lovers in here as well. All right, Ms. D said seafood platters as well. Okay, Trap, we're gonna go with you, man. To relieve stress. What is something that what is an activity that helps you relieve stress, man? I think I have an idea.
Yeah, some good old Call of Duty.
Good
You
old
know,
Call of Duty.
some good old marijuana.
The cannabis, the stickiest of the sticky. Okay. All right, I think he's frozen again, so we're gonna keep the party rolling. All right, Vanessa, what activity helps you to relieve stress?
I would have to say the gym. I've been going recently, so that's
girl.
been yeah. It's been a good help relieving stress.
Okay. What you benching over there?
Oh, I just do a little jog,
Just a little
treadmill,
jog, a little jog. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that.
whatever, however much the bar weighs. We're gonna start there. I'm just lightweight.
Yeah. Hey man, it's just, it don't take a lot sometimes. It's just being out there, going out there and doing your thing. So it's nothing to it.
I
Miss
do that every
Shanti,
day.
shopping and irritating my oldest brother Marcus. He's got a cool name, whoever that guy is. He sounds like a real cool cat. But all right. Thank you for that, Ashanti, for that great post right there. All right, so we're gonna get straight into it. We're gonna talk about some of the things that's in the news, some of the things that have been going on here and there. And I'm gonna pose you guys some questions just to see what your thought and your take is on it. All right. It's gonna be easy peasy, a lemon squeezy here. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for right now. I got the studio lights on. It is cooking. I feel like a rotisserie chicken right now. All right, so we're gonna jump right into it. So, actually, before I put that in, I know a lot of people have seen about the Mar-a-Lago and the FBI raids for ex President Trump. So I just wanted to talk about, for those that don't know, what happened is he left out of office and he took some documents with him. Wasn't supposed to take the documents. However, they was asking for documents. He gave them some of the documents, not all of the documents. So they pretty much put a warrant out, or not really a warrant, but I forgot what it's called, but to go in somebody's house. They put that out there to go into the house and to retrieve the rest of the documents. So, he's pretty much saying, hey, look, man, I declassified it. It's top secret stuff. He's saying that he declassified it in order to keep himself from getting in trouble or whatnot. So my question to you guys is, do you think that presidents or ex-presidents should be above the law? I'll address that to you first, Steve.
I feel that it's negative.
Okay.
No one is above the law, regardless of the current president or past presidents or whatever. And what I know in regards to anyone taking top secret or classified documents from a government facility, will be tried as under treason, so to speak. So, you know what I'm saying? What makes them different than the average person that takes documents from a government facility,
Okay.
Because I look at it like this, like people on the black market would kill to have top secret information from the U.S. And I'm going to just leave it at that.
And you're 100% correct, man. They definitely would want to get their hands on those documents. And the dangerous part is by saying that it's declassified means that any regular individual can get their hands on that. You can actually make an information of request to actually get those documents. So nobody knows what the documents are. Hey, Trap, thanks for coming back, man. Nobody knows what the documents contain or anything like that, but it is said to have top secret information in those things. So I'm gonna go to you, Trap, since you just came back in refreshed. Do you think that presidents or ex-presidents should be above the law?
No, I don't think anybody should be above the law, regardless of their status.
Okay. All right. Cool. No, nobody should be above the law, says Trap, and I think that the way that America is set up is how it's supposed to work as well. So I would definitely think that you have a few people that would probably be on your side. And I want to ask you as well, Vanessa, do you think that any president or ex-president should be above the law?
I definitely don't think that. It's just setting a bad reputation, bad, everything. I don't think that. But I just would wonder, like, for him to declassify, what is in those documents that he stole? Like,
You said you want him to classify that?
you said they are declassified, and you said that anybody could get to them.
So this is what's happening. Like Steve said, it could be. I don't know if it was under the Treason Act or not, but he could be charged with that.
However, for him not to be charged with that, is he's trying to say, look, it's declassified, so that way
So it's not really that. Yeah.
it's so
Okay.
he won't get in trouble for it, right? Yeah. So no, but the bag gon' talk. I hear that. But so yeah, no, so they're saying, okay, well,
Right.
hey, if he's trying to find a way to not get in trouble by saying, I declassified it, which is not necessarily accurate, I guess, since nobody knows what it is. But he kept it in an unsecure location. I think that was one of the big problems that they had about it. So yeah, so okay, well, appreciate that one on that one. So my another piece of information is should they be able to take top secret information after they leave the White House? Do y'all think that after their term is over, do you think they should be able to leave with those type of documents? Anyway, I don't even know how he was like, yo, let me get that up off you real quick, but should you be able to do that on your way out the door? I'm gonna go ahead and start with you, Vanessa.
No, I mean, why would you do that? Why are you taking that information with you? Like, I feel like that stuff like for the next person in office. Why would you take the document?
And also, just remember that if they're in an unsecure location, anybody could get to them, right?
But it's like, how important are they to be, just sitting out like that, or in an unsecure location? Like, you think you would just guard those things with your life? That's why I'm like, is it really the stuff that he has? Is it really like that bad?
Well, you have to remember he was president, so he is privy to everything, right? There's nothing that they can
Yeah.
keep from him. He's privy to all that information, so he has all that information at his fingertips. So at the time of when he was president, yes, he could have grabbed those files and said, okay, well, hey, appreciate you on his way out the door, and said, thanks. But the question is do you think that should be able to happen?
No, I don't. I don't agree with that.
Okay, we got to disagree on that one. OTS also says, Film TV also says, nope, should not happen. What do you say, Trap Man? Do you think that a president on his way out the door should be able to take classified and top secret documents?
Absolutely not. I don't even think he should be able to have access to anything that's classified. You know what I mean? If my job was done at this specific position, I no longer have access after I've resigned from that job. If my job is to check banks and check their safes and make sure that, everything in the safe boxes are correct and stuff. Once I quit that job at the bank, I can't just walk back in that safe. You know what I mean? And pretty much try to, because at that point, I'm doing things for my own personal gain. And I don't think that anybody should have access to what they not supposed to have access to. It's a security issue.
I agree. And D said also negative. Also, don't forget that he was trying to get rid of some of them. So I think that really shows intent right there as well. And it might be a case for prosecutors, DOJ to do what they need to do. So yeah, and which is crazy because I mean, I guess I don't know if it's the upside down now or what, but I remember him talking about somebody else in their documents. You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of is like, I don't know. It's crazy to me. But Steve, I'm gonna ask you the same question, man. Do you think a president should, on his way out, he or she should be able to take top secret documents home with him?
Negative. I totally agree with Trap and Vanessa in regards to that. In regards to it, just like Trap said, you know what I'm saying, once you quit that job, you have no access. Your badge is gonna be done. Same thing with any past president. It's like saying that they could just come in the White House and just give an order or give a directive or something like that, and everybody's supposed to act on it. Not talking about the current president, so to speak. So I definitely feel that no one should be able, or that's definitely negative in regards to that. Because it's like violation of U.S. and military tactics.
Man, I hear that. Black Sunflower, yes, we are live right now. Not just right now. So yes, all right. So we're gonna keep it moving. And you were supposed to be on here too, Black Sunflower. You ain't got away. Uh, so I agree with each and every one of you. I don't think that that should be something that should become a habit of doing there. So my next question to you guys is um now if this was anybody else, right? I'm sorry for shaking the screen. If this was anybody else and they were going through these things, I would have to ask the question, and I want to try to keep it fair as possible. But do anyone think that it's a ploy to keep him from running for president in the next election? I will give that to you, Trap. Or yeah, Trap.
I believe that it's him being held accountable for his actions. However, some of the people, I just seen something like by his Mar-a-Lago home. It was
Mm-hmm.
like a rally, and there were people who was like standing there for him, and there was also people that was just being like completely negative, talking about things that doesn't even necessarily pertain to what is going on to the media about him negatively. And I feel like things like that is definitely going to turn this into more of a ploy for sure. Is they're going to use this to their advantage to get what it is that that side wants. You know what I mean?
Okay, okay, I hear you. I hear you.
And to
Uh,
me personally, that's for him to not run again.
yeah. All right. All right. Thanks for the subscription, Black Sunflower. Appreciate that. Uh, yeah, man, I agree with you. Same question goes to you, Steve. Do you think it's a ploy? Do you think that they're trying to prevent him from running in the next election?
Yeah, I think so. Kanye for 2024.
Come on.
But you know, I really think it is, just to prevent him from stepping up because he like over the years, and I could be wrong on this, but I think he had the biggest rally out of all U.S. citizens in regards to his his tenure or becoming president, which is crazy. And, I never seen anything like that in my 42 years of life. So I think it's some type of or someone throwing a monkey wrench in the game, so to speak, to prevent him from running again.
Okay, okay, I hear what you're saying. And yes, man, I think that he might have got the most votes out of any Republican president, man. The to say that he doesn't have supporters, you can't say that. He definitely has a wide backing behind him. But to you, Vanessa, I do seem to have one person saying that, hey, man, he's just, the chickens are coming home to rest. And it seemed like I had someone else saying, hey, man, I think that they trying to get him. What says you?
Too, like, it's crazy all the stuff that's coming out about it, and I do think it's a ploy to try
Okay.
to get him to not be able to run again.
Okay, okay. So we got two for the ploys, man. They out here trying to get your boy Donald, man. Uh, damn, they trying to stop him, man, huh? Okay, okay. Well, shoot. Yeah. So, moving, switching topics real quick. Man, I don't know if y'all been watching the news, but goodness gracious, man, so much has been going on. People have been off their rockers. A lot of stuff has just been going real crazy. And I ran across something that was in Texas. As far as I think it was a coach that got killed. We got a coach that got killed out there playing with little league kids. I think it was some pee wee kids or something like that. The nurse who ran through and ran over a bunch of people and all this stuff allegedly with all this stuff, but just a lot of stuff that's just going on back to back. That's just the FBI was getting targeted with all this that's going on. I have to ask the question: is do you think mental health is a thing? Do you think there's a mental health crisis going on in America? I'm gonna put that to you, Steve.
Uh, I really think it is. It started back in the day. Not to show my age, even though I just said my age like 5 minutes ago. But just looking at, like just take for instance my dad coming back from Vietnam. You know what I'm saying? Most of the veterans from Vietnam, they're still living in cardboard boxes if they're not dead. On the side of the streets, and people are walking past them every day. The government is walking past them. The mayors not doing anything about them. And if they are giving them some type of housing, it's like they're on a time limit. Like you got to be up out of here by this particular time. You know what I'm saying? But knowing that they don't have nothing else to go to, uh, but I really think that um, that they need to actually help these people out in regards to that, in regards to the mental health
Man, I
situation.
hear that. Cause it seems like, and I'm gonna go to you, Chris. It seems like people got a lot of short fuses now, especially being that coming out of COVID. I don't know if that's something that the pandemic. I don't know if that's something that that's caused people to kind of do things that they normally wouldn't do. But what do you think? Do you think mental health is a thing, and if so, are crisis? And if so, do you think we're in one right now?
For sure. I believe that we're in a huge mental health war and a huge, it's a big war on drugs as well. But that's a different story for a different topic. However, I do feel that like mental health, especially in the black community, we don't shine enough light on it, and it does need to be enough light shine upon it. We typically look down at like going to therapy and things like that, when in actuality they can really help us. Like for that instance that you were talking about right there, maybe somebody would have had, you know what I'm saying, enough therapy to probably take a step back and say, hey, all right, it's not that deep. Look at the situation, realize it's the kids' football game, and just make it back about the kids instead of about them. You know what I mean? I think mental health got a lot to do with that.
Man, I have to agree with you, man. Um, Same thing to you, Vanessa. Are we in a health crisis right now, or a mental health crisis right now, or is just another day?
I just feel like it's been like that. And, you know, I'm from Vegas and we see homeless people every day. Most people don't know, like, when you're young, like, they like, well, what happened to them? You just think they chose their life, but a lot of them are sick. Like, these are people who served our country. They not getting no type of help. And I feel like it's really just it really been like that. I really feel like, yeah, black people, well, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
They got this thing against getting help for mental health and talking to somebody, and it's like I feel like it's not talked about enough. Yeah, I
You
feel
ain't
like it's
never
not talked
lied.
about enough anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you ain't never lied. Sorry to cut you off. You ain't never lied though, because I know a lot of people that's like, why am I gonna talk to them for? I don't know them. They don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just giving it a try. If you're ever out there and you need to go talk to somebody, go talk to somebody. I am an advocate for therapy. Talk to them, and you know what? If you don't like it and it's not for you, keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But give it a try. See if there's any benefit of it. You know what I'm saying? I am a big advocate of that. For everyone. I mean, I think there's enough. Okay. Appreciate that, Black Sunflower. She gonna read me an essay. Uh, good job. I can't even read all that. Did it all pop up? Yeah, it did. Okay. All right. So my next question is, and I think it goes to what you were saying a little bit, Vanessa. But do you think America is doing enough for to help people with mental health illness? Go ahead and Vanessa, if you don't mind going back to that.
No, I don't think people are doing enough. Like, honestly, just like it costs to go to the doctor, some people can't even afford to go to the doctor. I feel like mental health should be free. I feel like help for mental health should be free. Like, it shouldn't cost you an arm and a leg to see somebody, or something like that. It's not easily accessible to people. Like, they don't have access to it like they should. Yeah, so
Okay, okay, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think you made a great point on that one. Yes, and we will always be. If one person on the verge of suicide, it's a crisis. Period. I hear that. Word up. Trap man, I'm gonna go to you. Thank you, OTS, for that too, man. Um, do you think America's doing enough for that for to help people with mental
Or
health?
definitely not. Personally, I'm gonna piggyback off what Vanessa said. It's not accessible enough. You know what I mean? Mental health programs aren't accessible enough. Rehabilitation programs aren't accessible enough, and if they are, then they're costly. I feel that here in America, specifically talking about like more so like drugs and stuff like that, we kind of shine light on like the dealers and the hate that they kind of bring in the community instead of like helping the people who's buying and enabling the dealers to even make them a business. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if we kind of help the people who's doing all the buying and kind of getting them off of what they're buying and, you know what I'm saying, a more healthy way, then there is not even no dealers to kind of even begin with because there's no business to technically even profit from, in my personal opinion. So I feel like the focus is kind of wrong, and I feel like until we can look at that, we can take a better approach at mental health.
Okay. And I do agree with Black Sunflower. I think that we don't have the necessary tools to deal with it, so I think a lot of people do have to deal with it on their own by themselves, or at least they feel that way, right? They may not have the resources to do that, right? And speaking of resources, I'm gonna come back to Black Sunflower in a second. But Steve, I do want to ask you: do you think America is doing enough to help people with their mental health issues?
I really don't think they're doing enough. And just like to agree with Vanessa and Trap in regards to it, like most of us being black in America, we used to, hold in personal information instead of going to a counselor or so forth to just sit down and talk about it. So we would just sit back and just self medicate, regardless if it's some type of drug or alcohol, which that is a drug, or whatever that we like to do just to get our mind off of it. But on the back end of that, it can lead to something else. So I don't think America is doing enough for it, and they should actually put that in the forefront and make it free, or at least manageable for for the lower class to be able to afford to see a provider for that.
Mm. Okay, I definitely agree with that. Now, Black Sunflower has said something. The resources are not being used. Now, I have a thing with this one because in my previous job, there were a lot of resources. However, the resources were never told to us. So I never knew of different avenues that I could take and what resources were available. So do you think that the resources are not being used, or do you believe that the resources are not being given or told to people who need them? I'm gonna ask you that, Steve.
Um, I look at it like this: like back in the day, they had the Dare commercials and all these other different fast food commercials and so forth going on. Why not post or start creating more behavior health, or mental health commercials, just so persons can go, to get themselves checked out. They might not jump on it in the beginning, but when they're either told or they realize that they have a problem, that might give them the chance to turn around their life and actually maybe save a life.
Okay. Man, great answer, and shout out to D. Man, you are definitely on point. I do think that it's not enough promotion for those type of organizations and outreach programs as well. What about you, Vanessa? Do you believe that the resources are being given and put in reach of people who need them?
Um, I'm gonna say yes and no. I feel like to piggyback off what Steve was saying, like a lot more broadcasting and stuff like that could be done. Like the majority of um people who going through stuff like that, they have TVs. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't know how to reach out. I know where I work. Um, I don't even think well they probably do, but I haven't heard anybody say, well, they cater to stuff like that if we ever need somebody to talk to or anything like that. Like sometimes you just don't know. So yeah.
Okay. What about you, Trap? Do you think that they put these resources and programs in? Do you think that they give them to people that need them, or do you think they don't really promote those type of things?
I believe there's no promotion about it. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of solving the solution to not say that the solution has been solved? You know what I mean? So, like, or for to have people aware of it and just keep us in the cave. You know what I mean? I didn't know that I was supposed to be getting VA benefits till a year after I was out of service. So it's like, and I
Thank you
didn't
for
know
your
I was
service, sir.
entitled to it. Such, you know. Thank you, and thank you for you guys, it's both of you. But so like, and I didn't think that like I was entitled to such. So it's a lot of people out here that doesn't know that what they're entitled to, and those search or those resources, you are entitled to those resources. So it's like a lot of people don't know that. You know what I mean? So it's like, what kind of good does that do for us?
Man, I have to agree with that. I have to agree with that, man. I have to give you guys a round of applause, man, because you guys are definitely killing the game right now, and I definitely do appreciate each and every one of you again for coming out and showing support, as well as the chat staying live, man. I appreciate y'all putting those questions in and your comments in as well. We're gonna keep it rolling. I took it off my thing there. So we often see a badge and a gun that kind of shows up when people are having mental health crisis, right? And sometimes, a lot of times, it seems to go bad for the person that needs the help. So the final question on this topic I'm going to pose to you guys is: do you think that there should be another agency that deals with people who are in mental health crisis? Excuse me. I'm gonna give that to you, Steve.
I think it should be. They have interrogators. When it's a standoff in regards to somebody robbing a bank or taking a hostage or something. So I think it should be somebody that should be on the scene, that should maybe not ride with the cops specifically, but should be able to show up on the scene if they're, if it's some type of mental breakdown or mental health situation occurring, just to prevent any other lives lost in regards to that situation. Like I said before, it might save a life.
God dang, they do. They got negotiators. They got people to come in and talk to people. To try to talk them down off of something, but they do not have an agency that is specifically handles. Because I think if you're trained to see everything as a threat, everything becomes a threat. So I think it makes it hard, for you to do your job effectively. I'm not going to say it's 100% their fault, but and that's the law enforcement, because they do, have a job that is tough that they chose to do. However, I think that it is important to try to look and see if we can implement certain things to make everybody safe overall, right? Because I know I hear a lot of law enforcement say at the end of the day they want to go home, and I have a feeling that a lot of the times the people that they encounter also want to go home. So my question to you, Trap, is: do you think that there should be another agency to help people who are in crises outside of just bringing in a badge and a gun?
For sure, there should definitely be a mental health sector within police agencies that are like really fully civilian, and that's for civilians. Because if you're for civilians, then you're for us all, right? You're for all citizens, right? That includes police, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's not them just necessarily just singling anybody out. It's kind of them just overseeing everything that's going on, and I think that'll make a huge change in today's world.
Man, I have to agree, man. I would like to think that there are a few people who may not be here, may have still been here, if if there was an agency that could have been brought to them, that had a lot more tools than a taser and a gun. Same question goes to you as well, Vanessa. Do you think that there should be another agency that helps deal specifically with people in crisis to help them out?
Yeah. I feel like they'll be able to differentiate, between a person who's okay and somebody that's mentally unstable. Like, a lot of the times police show up and you see somebody that's irate, and they just they don't know, they could just be sick, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely think they should have like trained people there to let them know, like, hey, this guy is mentally ill, he's mentally sick, you know what I'm saying, before they start shooting at him or something like that.
Okay, yeah. And you know what I think also might help is if they have people from the neighborhood police the neighborhood. Because I always have this thing in my head that I believe that somebody that knows them can be like, hey, that's just Johnny. Johnny just he ain't take his medication yet. I know his mama, Tammy, they live right there. Let's get them to safety, versus he's just a threat. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know them. So I think with policing, I think that that could also help. What do you think, Steve?
Definitely, definitely. I want to say a few years back, I can't remember the exact date, but when you said that, it jogged my memory in regards to the situation on the northwest side of Chicago with the kid that had the knife, and I think all type of squad cars pulled up or whatever. I can't remember the exact situation, but I don't think the child was a threat. I can't remember if he was abusing his mother. I can't remember. I don't want to put nothing in the air that's false, but
Mhm.
I know he had a knife in his hand, and it was like at least like 12 cop cars showed up, and one specific cop jumped out and just started shooting. So it made the other cop start shooting. I think he ended up shooting him over 9 times or something like that, and he ended up being tried and going to jail. But if there was somebody like Tammy's mom, knowing that this child didn't take his medication this day, it could have saved a life. That's the hashtag word for the day. Save a life.
Save a life, man. I hear that, man. Same goes to you, Trap. I just want to kind of know what you think about that. Do you think if the police their areas that it could possibly prevent a lot more youth a lot more unnecessary killing. You know what I mean? Just to be blunt.
Um, I would think so. I'm gonna say that. I would say I would think so, and I think so because don't nobody know the people in our neighborhood besides the people in our neighborhood. I had a good friend of mine. He got a brother and he's schizophrenic, so it's like if we was to see, what I'm saying, his brother out, what I'm saying, somebody else might take it as a threat, what I'm saying, without necessarily knowing underlying. It's always underlying conditions to all situations. It's never a one shoe fits all for every situation. You know what I mean? So I feel like the police force and things like that shouldn't just take every situation as in such. Yes, protect your safety, but also protect the safety of others. You know what I mean? I think that's what's often forgotten. So, um, I believe that that's more of the issue rather than us policing our neighborhoods. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
Yes, I have to agree. Black Sunflower put in George Zimmerman. However, George Zimmerman was not a cop. He was. I don't even know if he was a. Was that?
I think he was a civil, like a regular person civilian.
Yeah, I don't even know if he might have been part of
Yeah,
the
it's like neighborhood
neighborhood
watch or something.
watch, but
Oh
he
yeah.
had no authority. He was actually on the phone with the police, who told him not to chase him. But yeah. Same question to you, Vanessa. Do you
But do
think
you
that?
think that those are some things that would take place with other civilians, though?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Do you think that that is something that would take place with other civilians, or
What do you
could?
What do you mean take place with other civilians? I'm sorry.
Like, could it be other people that have the same malice as George Zimmerman? That's just neighborhood watch, or police in their neighborhoods that have that same malice because there might be somebody that's within their neighborhood that they don't like.
Okay, I think I understand what you're saying. So you're saying basically that there could still be bad cops inside of that area of where they live at themselves, kind of thing. Man, I
For
mean
sure.
anything is possible, right? Um, I think that when you introduce an unknown person into an unknown situation, I feel like it would be a higher chance of something negative happening versus someone that's known in that environment. I believe that's 100%. And you know, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I believe so. Um, but that's my personal belief. That's I don't have any stats or nothing,
I
but
feel it.
I say so. But I do believe that if you
I ain't
ask
got
around,
none either.
hey man, we just up here, sharing our opinions, you know what I'm saying, making it do what it do. But we're gonna switch topics. We're gonna go to school started. Everybody's back in school or should be heading to school soon. Um and I know that I myself was not a big school person. I hated school. Like I just could not. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it. I can get it now, but I couldn't get it then. Right. I guess I just couldn't make the connection with that. So when it comes to schools, I have to ask. I'll put it up here as well. But has the school system made any necessary changes to cater to everyone's style of learning? Because I feel like I had a style of learning, but it was either their way or no way. Do you think that they're making strides to and looking at seeing how people learn and trying to make the connection? Do you think that's working, Steve? If they are,
I think that they can do some tweaking in regards to it. It's more fast paced now. And with the newer generation, it's a different way of learning. So I think they need to do some tweaks in regards to it. But overall, I think they're doing a fairly good job. I know they can do better.
okay. And I feel that most of us are millennials, so we kind of came into that digital age, which means that you probably got your cell phone taken away, right? So, and but now everybody is, the kids now are so tech savvy. I don't know if they implemented those things in school, but it seemed like, why wouldn't you, right? Instead of telling people to put away their phone, I don't need to I mean, it's sad, but I really don't need to use my brain, right? Because I have a computer right here that can give me any answer that I do not know. So to you, Trap, do you think that they're making those changes and keeping up with the time, or do you think schools are still kind of learn this way and that's it?
No, I for sure. I feel like nationwide there are a lot of changes being made, even though I haven't went to school in every state. But I say that due to coronavirus, the homeschooling that's being placed, the different types of schooling that's being placed, and different varieties, and it's still ongoing. You know what I mean? Me personally, I've experienced different types of learning on more schools that receive more money. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
they have more money to pretty much gain these resources. Um, in Oklahoma, everything is pretty much standard. It was pretty much standard for me. But when I go out to like, when I went to school in like Florida, like you can learn to literally be an electrician in high school. You know what I mean? You
Oh
can
wow.
literally, and it's hands on. You're learning how to, you know what I'm saying, do the socket, all of these things. There's literally classes on you to have a job and maintain a job. Your manager gives you your grade. You know what I'm saying? So the other day, I feel like I was being prepared more for real world scenarios uh, in schools as such than I was in other places. You know what I mean? However, I do still see schools trying to progress as a whole in different varieties of learning.
Okay, okay. Vanessa, I'm gonna come to you on this one now. Do you think that schools are helping to cater to the different learning styles of children, or do you think they're still sticking to one style?
I think they do cater. I think they're just progressing. So it is catering to especially the new kids, the millennials. Um, I know Sienna, my child, she do a lot of schoolwork on a Chromebook. But just to piggyback off what Chris was saying, I would like for it to be more, well, some skills implemented into like because everybody ain't going to college. I feel like they should um, put some skill learning stuff into the classroom. I don't even think they have like that class that they had to do to learn how to cook. I don't even think they have that anymore.
Home ec?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they definitely got rid of that, man. I made a whole cake in a microwave. That thing was delicious. I didn't know that was possible. It really
Right.
opened my eyes to possibility. I ain't never did it again, but I grew up and I could work a stove. But wow, that was delicious cake. It was very moist. Um, yeah. So, where was I at? Okay, we got someone that agrees with Steve. Okay, I hear that. I hear that. So with that, do we think that there should be a what's that you can okay do you think that there should be a skill based type of program that gears people towards, like, for instance, in my case, I was very bad at school, but if there was something that interests me, do you think they should have like a course that I could get in? Like, if I was music, if I love music, do you think they should have that type of, like, some type of skill base to where you're good at? I know they do it sometimes in high school where you can go to certain you can take certain vocational courses or whatever. But do you think that should be offered only for high school? Do you think we should try to get people when they're young, or should we keep it at high school? I'll give that one to you, Vanessa.
Um, I think that we should wait to high school because, like, a lot of times when you get to high school, you know what you want to do with your life. Like,
I appreciate it.
smaller kids, elementary, they still trying to figure out what they want to do with themselves. But I feel like pretty much when you get to high school, you like, okay, well, I want to be an electrician. So instead of doing this curriculum, I'm just gonna go to a skills program at the school or whatever to perfect my craft. Or if I want to be an artist, I'm gonna go to something like that that can help me with that. That's within the school. But um, yeah, I feel like it should be half and half.
Okay, okay. I like that. I like that. Trap, man, I'm gonna come to you on this one. Do you think that there should be some type of other course that we could take, kids could take, that could get them to where they become useful, um, if school isn't for them? So, and what I mean by that is like a trade or some sort at a younger age to promote, possibly entrepreneurial type style. You know what I'm saying? If you give them the right tools, instead of, or at least enough to get gainful employment. Do you think that there should be something in there? Should it start early? Should it stay in the high school range? What do you think?
I believe that those are some things that'll be like some perfect courses for a senior in high school. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I believe that it'll give them like, cause it'll teach them about guidance. You know what I'm saying? Let them get a taste to see, hey, is this something I see myself furthering doing? Is this something I see myself going to trade, college for, or doing right after work, or you know what I'm saying, starting right now? It kind of gives them a taste to see um, what it is, a sense of guidance at the same time educating them, so it's not like it's all just a waste of time. You know what I mean? You're still learning some sense of fundamental knowledge, and I think that that's important. So I think that that'll honestly be really cool to shape students into their craft. You know what I mean? So like me personally, I think that'd be great. So if I had like a entrepreneur course, something to teach me how to do like LLCs, filing, things of that nature, I would have taken that. I would have taken that, and I would have maybe even be more further than where I'm at today. Who knows?
Okay, okay, and that's what I was looking towards, is like something that can help someone with realistic things, because I think that a lot of the times I couldn't find the implication for the things that they were trying to give me. I just couldn't find any use for them, right? So it made it hard for me to really care about it, because it was just something that they just wanted me to do, right? Just something to keep me from being able to have fun and do what I want to do. So for kids such as me, who knew early on that, like, yo, this, at least in junior high, like, this ain't this ain't getting it. Steve, do you think they should have had a course for me that could gear me towards something else, in another realm that I may have interest in, still using it to educate me, but giving me also life skills?
On for sure, 100%. I know back when I was in high school over 20 years ago, we had my sophomore year. I think it was called Job Corps. It wasn't called work release. I think it was called like, no, work release is jail. It was like Job Corps or something like that. So so we were able to like go to school on certain days, like a half a day, and then we'd go to work. We go work that specific job. Now you had on the job training with that particular company, but it probably wasn't something like if someone wanted to be a nurse or something like that. It probably wasn't that detailed, but it was like something or some job within the local area that wasn't too far from the school where we can go and actually get credits for our class and receive a paycheck. It wasn't the best job, but it was something gearing towards that. But I like what you were saying in regards to like something like a skills program. That I think that would have been way better, because I know we had I know CVS, Chicago Vocational High School, and Simeon, both were vocational high schools, and they had like a job core program where it was like people learn how to do mechanical work in regards to like fixing on cars and stuff like that. So they was going in that direction, but I don't think it's anything in regards to that anymore.
Okay, yeah, I definitely agree, man. I definitely agree with you. And yes, Black Sunflower, you definitely should have been on the show, man. I would have loved to have you. Um, I'm looking to get anybody that want to be on the show, man. You're more than welcome to come on.
Hey,
Yeah,
can I
we
piggyback on Stevie?
what's that again? Oh yeah, go ahead, man.
Can I
By all means.
piggyback?
Yes.
All right. So like, I completely agree. When I went to school in Florida, there was literally a class where you had to get a job, and like I said, your manager was pretty much grading you for that course. It didn't really matter what the job was, as long as you got a W-9. And I felt like that was great for a lot of people. And that specific school also did have some skill-based courses that was applied, but I feel that that school had the money to do so and the resources. It was the only school in the city. You know what I mean? So high school. I'm sorry, but yeah, I feel that that'll go great. I mean, even here in Oklahoma, we have a school called Votech, and they also do trades. And even you can do it up to a year or two after you even graduate, and still go back and do those trades and learn those trades. It may or may not be an out-of-pocket fee, depending on everybody's situation. However, those are some things that just kind of you know or you don't know. It's not promoted to you. It's not, you know what I'm saying? If you're that student that this really ain't working for you, all right, let's try to figure out some other things. But it's not until it gets to that point to where it's like, okay, let's do this for you. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not broadcasted to you to like, hey, this is available.
Man, I agree, man.
Yeah.
We definitely need to. Oh,
I'm
go
on
ahead.
that. No, I was just gonna say, with those particular schools that I mentioned earlier, I think like the trade off was like if you continue to pursue like the mechanical work, ITT and what was it? ITT? I know Lincoln Tech. Lincoln Tech was like one of the high schools where you doing mechanical work, fixing on cars, changing oil, stuff like that. So you will actually, in a sense, almost sign a contract with the school, and it actually give you like a discount in regards to your schooling or something like that. Like it was almost like an internship, so to speak. So it was a dope concept for ones that like to get their nails dirty and stuff like that. But everybody didn't go that route. People want to do other things besides just work on cars. So I think if it was a variety of things for people to choose from, I think you would have a better turnout than just focusing on fixing cars the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, like, if they had a better variety, it'd been better.
Man, I have to agree with you on that one, man. I think it all comes down to being able to have the opportunity and the availability. I think it would be a big help. Big help. All right, so we're gonna switch up gears. Actually, we're gonna stay on the same gear. I got one more question in relation to the schools. And I know this is a big topic. And should they increase the pay of teachers? Vanessa. I think you muted. Can I hear you? Oh, maybe I'm muted. It says you muted yourself. Oh no. Can Steve, can I hear you?
Oh yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Trap, say something.
Yeah, she may have to come back in.
All right, you may have to leave out and come back in, but we'll come back to you, okay? All right. Steve, man, we're gonna go with you, man. Should we increase the pay for teachers, man?
Hell yes. And that's a shout out to all my teachers from grammar school to high school. I know I put them through hell, so I think they should definitely get an increase in pay. And now you have students coming to school with poles on them with pipes. You know what I'm saying? Like with guns. Just to protect themselves every day. So who's to say that they won't turn that on that teacher? That teacher piss them off or rub them the wrong way that particular day. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that people should be coming to school with guns and stuff like that, but you never know. They should be well protected, just like police officers are, in a sense, or well paid as police officers should be. Same thing. So
yeah, because ain't no
yes.
police without no teachers, huh?
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, I don't know because can you get into the law enforcement without a GED or diploma?
Nope. I think you need it's probably a bachelor's now. I know when I was in high school,
No way.
when I went to college back in '01, it was, you needed an associate's at the least. I think it's a bachelor's now.
Oh man. Okay. Okay. Vanessa, can we hear you now? I cannot hear you. It still says that you are muted. Oh no! I know you had something to say about this one. I'm not even gonna act like I can hear you. You out of here? All right. If you want to, you can try it again. Just look for the mute. See if there's any button that says mute or anything on it. And while you do that, I'm gonna go ahead and go to Trap, man. Trap. Should America increase teachers' pay, man? In your opinion?
For sure. They do a public service for everybody. You know what I mean? Without no teachers, there are no students. So I for sure believe that they need higher pay. They literally put their life in jeopardy. There's teachers that have died. You know what I mean? Been murdered. You know what I mean? They literally in the trenches, just like all of us. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel that no teacher should have to be worrying about, can I make ends meet? You know what I mean? If anything, is how can I better push the future generation better than I put the last one? You know what I'm saying? How can I do better the next class than I did the last one? They shouldn't have to worry about anything that's going on financial due to the public service they have to do for all Americans.
All right, man. We got love for the teachers over here. If you don't know, we are a big teacher advocate. Good teachers, especially, man. Or only, should I say? All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead. I see Jack Card Lee wants to jump on. You really want to get on here, man? I'll send you a invite if you do. Just let me know. All right. So we're gonna keep it pushing, man. This is one of the last topics that we'll get on. Where we at on time? Okay, we're looking pretty good, man. I just want to keep it an hour and a half. So we're gonna go ahead and push on to the last topic. Okay, crazy topic. All right, I'm going to give you the warning. It's a crazy topic, and on top of that, it's a controversial topic as well. So basically, in Louisiana, there was a woman who had a child, and she was looking to have another child. The doctor gave her the news that her baby, I believe, was missing the top of his skull, which meant that it was not going to be able to make it. It's just not going to be able to make it. But due to the laws that were passed, she cannot get the baby, removed because of the laws. And they have certain things that they covered as being an okay reason to have the procedure, but that's not one of them. So I'm not going to ask you believe or don't believe. What I'm going to ask you is has it gone too far when the doctor cannot do the job? I believe she put it carrying it to bury it, because it's not going to make it. And also, do you think that puts a lot of struggle on her, on that person, for having to endure that whole, if they make her go the whole time just to do that? Do you think that pays or weighs on her mentally as well? I'm gonna go ahead and give that to you, Steve. Oh, I'm sorry. The question is, has it gone too far?
Yeah,
has it gone too far?
I thought you were gonna call him a V. I think she's back.
Okay.
I really believe that it has gone too far. I mean, with that situation that you were talking about in regards to the mother carrying the child for the temperature of the pregnancy, is like, it's emotional and mentally and physically damaging, because mothers, I never had a child. I got 4 myself, but I never bare one myself. But they get attached to the children. You know what I'm saying? They be developed that relationship, that bond, that mother's child bond, within that 9 to 10 months of the pregnancy. So to to have or be restricted by law to have to deal with it and then have the child and it's only going to live 5 days. It's like that's like tormenting itself. It's like torturing itself. So I really think that's like really pushing it. And I think they said that she had to go to Florida or something like that in order
Possibly.
to get it aborted or something like that, which is
Possibly.
crazy. That's crazy.
Wow. I'm gonna bring it. Since he invoked your name, I'm gonna let you respond, Vanessa. Do you think that do you think it's going too far to where doctors can't do their jobs?
As far as abortions,
Yes, as far as the particular. I don't know if you've seen the story I sent you.
I didn't look at it,
Okay, no. So
but
basically, yes. Go ahead.
you can go ahead.
Well, no, I was saying that basically in Skinny, a woman is having a baby. She wants to have the baby, but the baby is just the life will not be viable. It will not survive. But she can't go through with the procedure. So the question is because she couldn't go through with the procedure because of the laws. The question is, has it gone too far to where the doctor cannot help their patients in a time of even where it's just not the life is not viable?
Yeah, I feel like it has gone too far. Um, knowing if me personally knowing that my baby wouldn't survive past 5 days, it would just knowing I've held my baby, looked into my baby eyes, and made a bond with my child, even while still in my womb, because 8 months carrying a baby, I would just be devastated. It has gone too far. I feel like there definitely needs to be something to overturn this issue because it's not right.
I would have to echo that sentiment. What do you think, Trap Man? Has it gone too far? Because again, a lot of the people that made the decision aren't women, right? So maybe maybe that's the component that's missing. But do you think that in that situation of where she wants the child, she is preparing for that baby, her and her I think I don't know if she had a significant other or not, but they were preparing, right? Possibly for the baby, right? So is it going too far to where you get the news, hey, look, she can't, the baby's not going to make it. It's not going to make it. Can you, I mean, that news is rough enough to even think about even receiving. But then to have to hear that, well, because of the laws, you can't, we can't even remove the baby out. You have to then go full term and or leave the state and go somewhere else during this time in order to get the procedure done. Is it going too far? I believe. Oh wait, did I mute you? I might have muted him. Give me a second. Yeah, sorry about that,
Hear
man.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Yes, it has gone way too far. Um, Women's lives are in jeopardy now. All women are in jeopardy now. This will not be the last time. As long as the laws are the way they are, this will not be the last time we hear something like this happening. Um, there has to be something that takes place to protect women, to give women back their rights, so they can do what they need to do with their body. At this point, like, man, it's just wild, man. If Ruth Bader Ginsburg was alive, she'd be having a fit, Supreme Justice, because like it's just wild how like all of this is just coming into play. Like none of us would be here without women. So for us to take away their birth rights, which are their human rights, like man, where does this go? Where does this end?
Man, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, man. Um, yeah, because I think that you know I don't believe that certain entities or agencies should be in between a patient and a doctor. I think that especially not a governmental agency. So yeah, I need all the people that believe that government should not be intruding into your stuff like the American dream to stand up and say something. But again, that's pretty much that's the show right there. I would love to thank Steve for coming through. Thank Trap for coming through. And for the very first time, Vanessa for coming through. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I really do want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming through. I know Trap and Steve, this is y'all second time here. Y'all holding it down. Hopefully Vanessa, you get your second time coming through and kicking it with us. It wasn't too crazy, was it, Vanessa?
Wasn't crazy at all. It made me open my eyes to a lot of things. I'm not one to be into politics and stuff like that, but some of the stuff pertains to me as a woman. It make me open my eyes and want to be more alert and stuff like that of what's going on around me.
Man, that's what we're here for. You know what I'm saying? To open up them eyes and look around. They supposed to be more than just Hazel. They supposed to be doing some work around here. So, it's a movie reference. But no, yeah, to open up eyes and to show different things as well as opinions. We may not all agree, but we do deserve to be heard, and hopefully you felt heard. Trap, hopefully you felt. Ooh, I can't even talk right now. Hopefully you felt heard as well, man. How is it being back for the second time, my G?
Oh, it's great. It's a blessing to be here, man. Can't even complain.
Well, I definitely do appreciate you again for coming through. And my guy, Steve, man. How's it feel to be in here for the second time, my guy?
Hey, it's a blessing, man. I'm glad to be here.
Man. All right. That's what I love to hear. I really want to thank you guys again for coming through and showing some love. And till next time, I'm trying to figure out a time that we're going to do this. I want to do it at a set time. So I'm trying to figure out and work with people to see when is the best time for them. So I'm feeling that Saturday to Sunday range seems to be working for most people. So whenever we lock it down and lock it in, we're going to be doing this every week. So you'll be able to come through. And also, if you want to come in and join in, I'm going to try to put in a link or something, maybe an email address to where you can send your request in, and I'll put you in whenever I get ready to do the show. So hopefully we'll be able to see more people in and more people and everybody that's in here, because y'all all got beautiful faces, and I do appreciate y'all for coming through and helping out a brother. So give you guys a round of applause yourself. I do appreciate it, man. And until next time, I will definitely catch y'all later, and we are out of here. Peace out. No, I can't see. I got to figure out which one is the end button.